Hold on, wait. I am just so impressed by you, bro. This is
You know
so
about
cool.
epigenetics?
No,
Nice.
just
Okay.
everything.
Nice.
Heuristics, like I listen to a lot of podcasts and the things you're talking about. Like I try to talk to my friends about, and they're always like, "Dawit, you're like talking about way too much bullshit." And this is cool to kind of be on the same page with some of
Nice.
this stuff, you know. But
Hopefully I'm not rambling.
no, you're
Okay, cool,
fine.
cool,
I
cool, cool.
love this. This is
Okay, nice.
amazing. Thank you so much.
Hell yeah, bro.
Keep
This
going,
is
bro.
dope. Yeah.
Keep going. Yeah, I think there's a guy I listen to a lot. His name is Sam Harris, and he's kind of
the
the one.
neuroscientist. I know about Sam
Yeah,
Harris.
he's the kind of one that kind of put me on this like way of thinking. It's like that's just how it is, bro. It's like you can feel bad for all these people, but it's like I said, you're responsible for the things you do.
Can I say one thing though? Sam Harris believes that free will isn't a thing.
I'm kind of like in the same boat.
But that's what I'm saying. So if that's the case, so you truly believe that if I stood up and spinning heel kicked you in your chest, that was predetermined?
I would say so for me, like it's like it's a paradox in a sense, because like I believe that we do have it and we don't. Because like there's all these things that influence everything.
Do you think free will?
Do
you think my bad? I don't mean keep interrupting you. Do you think free will is an illusion? Like, so that's what I mean. Like,
I would say we have it and we don't. I would say like there's it's a paradox, bro.
Okay, but I don't think you can just blanket state paradox. You know what I mean? Like, at what point do we not have free choice?
I guess at the point of, that's
at what point are things already determined?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think there's like a mix. I guess where I'm at with it is like you have more free will than like the fucking shit that's controlling you.
But there are things in this nature that you can't control that are controlled 100%.
I'd say it's like you're here with all your control and shit, and then the shit that's fucking you up, that's like sub fucking conscious, the shit you've been through, the scars, all that shit. It's all down here, but it all factors in, and it's like without awareness, like they kind of like level out in a way, or sometimes even like it's like this, like the scars are what's driving your fucking free will to do the things that are stupid as shit, leaving your fucking family as a grown man, like all the shit with my mom, like abusing us like way too fucking much, like all this shit, bro. It's like this is what it is. It's not her, like it's not her hurting me. It's like she wants to love me. That's her free will part of her. It's like she wants to teach me to do better. She just doesn't know how to communicate. Like it's not her fault. It's just her scars, bro. It's what she's been through, and it's like I don't blame her for it. I don't blame anyone for being bad, but like it's just it is what it is. I just feel sorry for them. Like that's all.
My bringing up religiosity has simply to do with this, because you talk about self-awareness equating to your ability to manage more of the things that you can control, even being aware that you have things in your control, right?
Yeah.
Like the story of Adam and Eve, the story of biting from the forbidden fruit, like these aren't new. Like Christianity isn't the first one to talk about a lot of these wisdom stories, this wisdom literature. They're called heuristics, and the heuristic is just any sort of literary device that allows you to learn from.
It's a shortcut, right?
Yeah, it's like, let me give you the wisdom without having to have you actually go through it.
Yeah.
It's like saying, yo, there's a lion over there, and I'm telling you because I ain't got a leg, so don't go that way. You know what I'm saying? So that way you ain't got to lose a leg.
Yeah. Or it's like that spider is poisonous. Don't go over next to it. It's going to bite you.
Right.
It might not be poisonous, but it will bite you. So if you don't go over there, it's correct for you not to go over there.
And so...
heuristics are dope.
Yeah, you're right. And religiosity, the heuristic devices within religiosity, within religious scripture, those have acted as the newfound, let's just say, tools at our disposal as humans to survive and thrive in the next generation and in the next generation. Before, it was more of an epigenetic thing.
Hold on, wait. I am just so impressed by you, bro. This is
you know about epigenetics?
No, just everything.
Nice.
Heuristics, like I listen to a lot of podcasts and the things you're talking about, like I try to talk to my friends about, and they're always like, Dawit, you're like talking about way too much bullshit. And this is cool to kind of be on the same page with some of this stuff, you know? But
hopefully I'm not rambling.
No, you're fine. Cool, I love this. This is amazing. Nice. Thank you so much.
Hell yeah, bro.
Keep going,
this is
bro.
dope. Yeah.
Keep going.
So, when I asked you about being religious, it had everything to do with you talking about self-awareness equates you being able to start realizing you have more control and more choice in your life. When Eve finally bit from the fruit and made Adam bite from the fruit, they finally were more aware enough to finally recognize, yo, you're naked, homie. Cover your junk. Like they became more self-aware, right? So if you were religious, maybe a lot of these things would be a little bit more identifiable with you without you having to, let's say, go 2, 3, however many years in that depressive state.
Bro, it's like 5, bro.
You see what I mean? And it's because we don't have, as young millennials, dog, we don't have the blueprint that most generations had for all of human history.
Yeah, I guess that decision comes like at a point of like awareness. Like you have to be aware of your problems and of your issues. And it's like, if you're not, everything's just so like convoluted. Like without awareness, like you can't change, you know?
So with that awareness, did you in your mind say, I'm going to actively seek out how to find these answers? Or did you say, I'm going to wait for the universe to do it for me?
No, yeah. I was like, I'm trying to figure this out, yeah.
So I just think it's a little disingenuous when people who are aware that they're consciously choosing what they're doing in their life, brush it off to determinism and free will, and free will being an illusion, because then it does take away the weight of the accountability in your actions. Because then you can just always chalk it up, Sam Harris style, to the universe is going to have it that way anyway.
Yeah,
and I do believe kind of in some determinism. I agree with you, but we just got to ask ourselves, to what point do we actually keep that accountability tethered to our choices and to our free will? A lot of the stuff on, let's just say, like free will, determinism, a lot of the stuff on like self-help, these things are found in the Bible. These things, like before you had Sam Harris to look and watch on YouTube, where do you think of 22?
23 yesterday.
That's right. Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you. Friday, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Where do you think a 23-year-old in your position would have otherwise gone and sought out the wisdom that you did?
They're elders, I guess. Yeah, the books, the scripture.
Exactly. A lot of the communal elders, right? And a lot of the community was held solid, and the communal elders were even able to give that wise insight because of, let's just say, the foundation of religiosity, for the most part.
Do you know Jordan B. Peterson?
Bro, so we can get into all this. That's what I'm saying. Because
he be breaking that shit down. It's so cool.
Because Jordan B. Peterson, again, he bases a lot of his own self-help wisdom through the lens of a fundamental religious understanding.
Yeah, I like this one time. He's talking about this in a podcast. He said, I don't like his views on God. He's like, I don't believe in God necessarily. It's like he's real necessarily wholeheartedly, but
I act as though God exists.
I live a life and that's what I want. Right. I want to live a life
as if
God existed. So like, I want to be a good person. I want to love my neighbor, turn the other cheek, all the other good bullshit. Like,
but if you didn't have,
not judge people, like
if you didn't have Jordan B. Peterson, Sam Harris, or any of these people to learn that from, imagine back in the day, the only real place you could learn that from is from that scripture source or from the communal elders. Nowadays, we don't even know our neighbors. So how are we going to find a communal elder?
Yeah.
Like you were talking about mentorship. Bro, I say this all the time whenever I'm training people about when they learn how to fight. In the Bible, there's a quote talking about the meek shall inherit the earth. You've heard that quote, right?
I fuck with that shit, yeah.
Jordan B. Peterson has said this.
Yeah,
okay, go ahead. Go on. Have you heard this?
I don't remember exactly, bro. Go for it.
When people first learn how to fight, I go, you now wield a sword, an unsheathed sword. You now wield the power to be able to slice somebody down if need be. You have the power to actually defend yourself. You have the power to not only defend yourself, but go on the attack. Jordan B. Peterson, he was talking to his class and he goes, the old proverbial quote in the Bible, the meek shall inherit the earth, was one that a lot of modern biblical scholars carry the weight through the Christian lens, but the ancient Hebrew articulation of that phrase meant, when it defined the word meek, he who knows how to wield the sword, but knows also how to keep it sheathed. So the meek shall inherit the earth was really alluding to what Jesus represented, was the people who are going to inherit the earth are the wise philosopher kings, the ones who know through self-awareness that they have the power of the sword in their hand. They have the power to burn down the city and slice everybody up, but they decide through good, sheer, holistic goodwill, decide to keep that sword sheathed. And again, Jordan B. Peterson articulated that in such a way where it's like, man, not only when you learn how to defend yourself, but when you learn how to equip yourself with that same level of self-awareness.
That's so cool. I remember that like specific video you're talking about. It's just I've started watching his stuff probably like 3 years ago,
Nice.
4 years ago, probably when I was like in my like deepest, darkest shit. I bought his book, 12 Rules for Life, and that really helped
Clean
me
your
kind of
room. You're a lobster.
make your bed, all
Make
that
sure you
bullshit.
clean your room.
It really helped. It really helped my dumb
You
ass.
gotta be a
so-
Canadian lobster. I love Jordan Peterson, bro.
I fuck with him so heavy, bro. That's so cool. But like, I don't know, the MEEK shall inherit the earth. I really like that. I guess the way I internalized that or like conceptualized that for my own understanding was like, you got to be hungry to like want something, you know? Right. So it's like the hungry people are the ones that are going to take over the world essentially. So it's like, I have to have a hunger. Like I have to have something that I want, that I need to have. Like,
but you can't be, let's just say, gluttonous in that hunger.
Yeah.
You got to be disciplined and control,
Sure.
like a samurai keeping that sword sheathed.
Yeah. That's cool, bro. So what the fuck?